Alrighty guys, so we have so much to get you guys up on. As you guys see, I'm already in my house in Florida. So much has happened since the last time. I think the last time I recorded was still in Finland, I believe happened. I wasn't all fresh gutted and shaven and all that. I'm already in Florida. We already missed New York, we already missed Philadelphia, we already missed the flight here. But we're a lot has happened since the last time. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any viewer sales before I talk about what's sold. I just don't have time to talk about it right now. Yeah, okay, just Nancy. So I don't have time to talk about it right now because we've got so much to do today. I have a crazy busy week ahead of me with lots of other travel and all that stuff. So no time to discuss about what happened. I am going on a big road trip tomorrow, and I will have plenty of time while driving to tell you guys about what went down. Look kind of cute, I'm not lying. I like just checking myself out. I was like, oh, who's this guy? Anyways, so long story short is I'm home. I'm in Florida. It is now Tuesday night. It is 9:30 p.m. on a Tuesday, September 26th. So that's the update. That's what time it is. We're packing orders of what sold while I was gone, because these got to go up tomorrow, and I'm leaving tomorrow early morning to to somewhere where you guys will know more about that tomorrow. I'll be so discreet. It will make all sense. It will make all the sense in the world when you guys see everything. And trust me, guys, it will make all the sense in the freaking world. But right now, talk about what's sold. First of all, let's talk about, give a shout out to Nancy in Stuart, Florida. She says, love watching you on YouTube. Nancy bought some makeup from me. I don't want to forget you, Nancy, because I'm super tired right now, and the last week and a half I barely slept. I've been jumping through time zones and all that stuff, so definitely don't want to forget you, Nancy, before we start talking about anything else. But total, while we were gone, we sold 33 things on eBay for over $1,400, and we got 2 sales on our platforms, one on Mercari, one on Poshmark. So let's see if I'm about to do this. It's been a while since I recorded one of these videos. Let's see how we know. We sold a bunch of cards. I don't want to get into it. So 4 or 5 cards on eBay. I talked about the makeup. On Poshmark, we sold this Milwaukee drill for 40 bucks and this Cutco knife block for 30 bucks. Those were the other sales. On eBay, we sold another one of these Ohio patches for $14. I sold an Avon brooch for $25. That's kind of shocking to me how much that sold for. And some keychain wrestler Hulk Hogan guy for 20 bucks as well. Sold a set of Oster mixing bowls. I guess I told you guys about these, how these are, anytime I buy an Oster Regency mixer, I part everything out. The bowls were no exception. I decided to sell them both together as a set. And I paid, I think, $2 or $3 for the whole Oster Regency thing, and I already parted quite a bit of out. These bowls sold for $45, these 2 bowls. So say it's worth it to part things out. They're gonna be a pain to pack, but for 45 bucks we can do it. So this Donald Duck guy, I got him on Evolving Farmhouses Whatnot auction. I remember what I paid for it, but this guy sold for 25 bucks by himself. So that was probably did pretty good on there. Then we sold this hand drill egg beater thing. So these are kind of off hit and miss. I've been realizing that because I think I bought 3 or 4 of them so far, and one of them was not worth listing at all. The other couple were decent. One of them sold for quite a bit of money. This is a decent one. This one sold for 15 bucks. This is Made in USA Happy Home. I think that's the name of that one. So this one was I would say decent because I paid $1 for it. There's some of the stuff 40, some that are not worth listing at all. So you guys just look up the comps. Don't just buy every single one like I do. Don't make that mistake. We got our redneck blinds hat sold for, I think, $25. They came from the 100 mile yard sale in PA. You'll see a lot of 100 mile yard sale PA sales here because I listed a bunch of those stuff before I left. This mink right here came from that yard sale. I think I paid $2 for that, or a couple bucks. I forgot what I paid, but that mink sold for 50. And this raccoon was also from the 100 mile yard sale. Also paid a couple bucks for that. That also sold for 100. Got a couple games here. Ben 10 Universe 2. I think that sold for $20. And then we got a combo here of DDR. We had DDR Extreme and DDR Supernova. I think those sold for $20 as well. Then here's all the Twisty Pets. These I'm getting $30 for. So the Yu-Gi-Oh! Galarian Rapidash box. This thing also sold for $30. Philadelphia Flyers sports novelty ornament sold for like $18. Some pirate looking guy, I don't even know why he's worth so much, but he is, sold for 50 bucks. I got him from the auction house a long time ago. A couple more laser discs down here. The Craft thing was a $20 sale, and Life Force was a $20 sale. Then these actually is pretty good right here. These are gourmet cookbooks. I don't remember where I got them or what I paid for them, but I can't imagine me paying that much for them. And they sold for $40 for those cookbooks, so that's not a bad sale right there. A Lamar Odom McFarlane action figure. I got this at a flea market on Labor Day. It's one of the most recent purchases. I think that sold for $25. This is a vintage Polish Christmas ornament. It sold for $80. That's a pretty good sale. And then right here we have a carved wooden bear. Shout out to Back from Burnout. I bought this because she told me to buy it. I think paid $5 for it. I think it sold for like 60 bucks. That's pretty good. We got some clothes sales. So this like Woolrich duck sweater. This thing's off for like $65. I paid, I think, a quarter for that thing at one of my first yard sales when I moved down here. So that was a pretty good one. This is also not bad. This is a Canadian moose stretch, something like that. Canada Roots hoodie. I think I paid $1.42 for this one as well, also for $30. And then we sold some Duluth jeans that I also paid, I think, $1.42 for. These sold for $25. And then we sold a decent amount of clothes from PA too, including some PacSun jeans, some LL Bean stuff, and all that. All vintage, all the clothes from PA. Don't really get too much for them, so I don't want to talk about too much about them. So the projection snowman. This was from my first day of, no, second day of picking. So I went out on Thursday. I remember when I moved here. I bought some things. I went on a Friday late, and I was waiting for my wash and dryer to arrive. So throwback to all those videos. And I got this like late in the day on Friday for a couple bucks. This thing's sold for 75. Projection snowman, and we got a blow mold pumpkin that sold for 85. And then we got over here this wooden guy. It's called a didgeridoo. That long. It's like a Australian instrument kind of thingy. And that thing's sold for $50 as well. Sorry for the uninformative, very rushed order pull video. Again, it is 9:30 p.m. here. I have to leave for like a 4-hour road trip tomorrow at 7 a.m. I don't have time to unfortunately describe every little thing that's sold and give you the thing. I have to rush things and get them out of here because it's going to be a couple days. So that's what sold. Time to pack them up and out of here. Next time you'll see me will be in the morning where I'll explain to you guys what has actually happened in my life. Hi guys, so it is now the next morning. It is Wednesday morning. I think it's September 27th, I believe is the date. I am not sure, so don't question me on that. We're driving to our next destination. Like I told you guys yesterday, I have a crazy busy packed schedule. One of the craziest weeks I've had, and that's coming back from vacation. So a lot of stuff's been happening in my life, so I don't even know where to start. Let's start with my travel. Let's start with my travel. I don't know if I already discussed this or not. We left Finland at, I think it would have been like 10 a.m. Eastern time. We woke up, so I woke up. Let's give me a little recap on travel day. I had a terrible night of sleep at the last hotel. I think maybe I had like 3 hours of sleep. Woke up at 8 a.m. finish time, which is 1 a.m. Eastern time. We had breakfast with the family, went to the airport, did our stuff there, got on the plane, right? So I was up since 1 a.m. Eastern pretty much for the Finland trip. I kind of battled on the plane to stay awake because while we were traveling there on the plane, it was like middle of the day Eastern time, and I don't want to be sleeping during the middle of the day Eastern time because I want to adjust to the jet lag right away. So I battled myself and I stayed awake on the plane, even though it's really hard, so that I would adjust to the thing. So we landed at around 7 p.m. Eastern time, and then finally got all our stuff out by 8:30 p.m. So it took about an hour and a half from the port that we landed to us going through customs and getting our bag. That is way longer than it should take, by the way. Those of you guys travel, you guys know that's way too long. There was legit, at some points, one customs agent open for the U.S. citizen line in the New York thing. I think I recorded on my phone. I think I'll share it right here with you guys. One custom agent opened for the whole U.S. citizen line. There was literally hundreds, if not maybe thousands of people in that line waiting to get back to the U.S. There was one customs agent for that line. And legit, the thing was like, oh, where'd you come from? So, like, that line took forever, even though the process itself was very fast. You come in, and you see your passport, he goes, where you come from? Finland. You bring anything in? No. Alright, cool, next. So that whole thing took 2 seconds to get through, but because it was one customs agent, it took forever. And then we waited like a good probably 20 minutes at the carousel for a bag too. It seemed like everybody else got their bags but ours at the carousel, so that took forever. So we got the car, we got picked up around 8:30. Got home around 10:30 because New York to Philly is quite a bit of travel. Had some food at home and blah 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 and yada yada, and I went to bed at 1 a.m. So I woke up at 1 a.m. technically on Sunday morning, if you talk about the time difference, and I went to bed at 1 a.m. So I was awake for 24 straight hours on Monday. It was a crazy travel day, but it's something that needed to happen for me to adjust, and I did. I had my best night of sleep the whole week. The whole Finland week was Monday night in Philly at my parents' house. I went to bed like at 1, I woke up like at 7, and I felt amazing. I only got 6 hours, but I felt amazing. Monday I spent the day with the family, hung out with my niece, my dog, my grandma, went and got a haircut because this is Tuesday morning, because I knew I was gonna have to leave mad early Wednesday for this trip, so I knew I couldn't get a haircut, so got a haircut. When left for the airport, so I fly Frontier. Like I tell you guys, I try to save as much money as possible, and sometimes it gets screwed over. Frontier, you have to pay extra for all your seats and all of that, but they can choose one for you for free. And I probably have done this now close to 20 times, where they chose one for me for free, and I have got lucky all the time. It was either a window seat, it was an aisle seat that didn't matter, or then if the plane was halfway empty, I would either move up to emergency row, just got a sale, or I would get my whole row to myself. So with Frontier Airlines and people that are 6'6" like me, you need at least 2 seats to stretch your legs out, because if you just have one seat, those things, your knees are in the other person's back seat. There is like no distance in between the seats because how Frontier does this thing. So I've usually been lucky, you know, like so even if it's like an aisle seat, I can stretch one more knee out to the aisle and then just move it when people walk by, or if it's a window seat, I have a little extra room. This time I didn't get lucky. They gave me a middle seat, and when I saw they gave me a middle seat, I was like, okay, there's no way I'm doing this. Let me pay to upgrade. I was gonna pay whatever, 30, 40, 50 bucks to upgrade to emergency row, because I didn't want to be in the middle seat for 3 hours. So I was like, it's gonna be terrible. I go try to upgrade, and the lady goes, it's a full flight. Every seat is taken. It's a full flight. And I looked, and she was right. It was a full flight. Every seat was legit taken. I couldn't upgrade, so I'm like, oh gosh. Now I'm stuck in the middle seat for 3 hours. This is gonna be terrible. We get on the plane, sit down, take our seats. We're about to close the doors, and the pilot gives an announcement saying that air traffic control in Florida is delaying our takeoff because of a weather system there. So when there's a weather system there and planes can't land, it kind of does like a little traffic jam on every other plane that's supposed to land. So to avoid a traffic jam, they tell people just to wait to take off so that there's no traffic jam. So they delayed our takeoff by like an hour, and after that, afterward, I think it became like an hour and 15 minutes because they delayed us again. So now, I'm sitting on this plane in the middle seat. surrounded by people, and now I have to sit here for an extra an hour and 15 minutes before we even take off. On top of the 3-hour flight after we take off. It was one of the most miserable traveling experiences that I ever had, and it's no fault to anybody. You know, it's just how it works. It's not like it's Frontier's fault. I mean, it's Frontier's fault for having terrible seats, but you know that going in, that's one of the sacrifices you make for how cheap the flights are. You know it's going to be an uncomfortable experience unless so-and-so happens, unless there's empty seats, unless you get upgraded to under row. It's not going to be a pleasurable experience. It's what you pay for with how cheap tickets are, you know? So it wasn't Frontier's fault that the plane was full. Everybody wanted to fly. It wasn't Frontier's fault that there was rain and storms in the area, so we had to wait another hour. So like, nobody's fault. It's just how it worked. But I was miserable. I couldn't wait to get off. Finally got off. Oh, and to add to the misery, I was the bozo. I didn't charge my phone. So when we got on the plane, my phone was like at 30%. I was like, you know what? It's a 3-hour flight. I'll have airplane mode. I'll listen to music. And we'll get there we'll be fine. But then the delay happened. Blah 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 blah. Thankfully, I had my iPad with me, and I downloaded a couple movies. So watched that, and then just read a book and listened to some music. So we got by it. Anyways, I got an Uber home. I came home last night, and I pulled the orders, and that's where we are. So we're caught up there now. We're all caught up. You guys know about my travel thing. There we go. That's done. Now, let's talk about this week. What are we doing? Where are we going? Right now, I'm going to meet up with somebody, and we're taking one car, and we're going to Disney World. We're going to Disney World. We're going to Disney World today and tomorrow. My first time going to Disney World. I'm super excited. I have my first time going to the amusement park in 12, 13 years. Excited about that. Hopefully it should be fun. But we're going to Disney World today and tomorrow, which is Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday afternoon, I am flying off to Cincinnati. I'm telling you, this is the most hectic travel week I have ever had. Think about Sunday, we were in Tampere, Finland. Monday, we're in Helsinki, Finland. Monday, we're flying out of Finland. Monday, with the time difference, we're in New York. Monday, we're in Philadelphia. Tuesday, we're in Philadelphia. Tuesday, we're in Fort Myers. Tuesday, we're in Sarasota. Wednesday, we're now in Sarasota. Now I'm traveling to Clearwater. Then from Clearwater, we're going to be going to Orlando. Thursday, we're in Orlando. And we're going to be back in Clearwater and then in Sarasota. Friday, we're going to be in Sarasota, going to Fort Myers, and then go to Cincinnati. Just think about how many different cities and miles and I have done in a week. That's just a week. It's the most hectic travel week I have ever had. So, yeah. It's good. It's hectic. It's crazy, but I love it. It just like I get to experience all these things. I love it. My eBay store, as you guys saw about the sales yesterday, is taking a big hit because nothing has been added to it. It's been pretty stale. It's been on time away mode for over a week, so I think it takes some time to probably get registered from there. Also, people don't know how time away mode works. Holy moly, I've got a zillion messages from people saying, hey, it's been a week, how come this hasn't been shipped? The week, how come this hasn't shipped? And all I do is just send them a screenshot of saying, hey, look, this buyer's away, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I have until Tuesday to ship your items, which I did. I shipped everything by Tuesday, so I really hope there's no negative feedback coming from it. But knowing eBay and how their feedback sucks, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, there's some people out there, like, here's a little sidebar. People out there that are like calling me out for having bad feedback and all that stuff. I've got 3 negative feedbacks in the last month or so, last 2 months, from trolls, from legit trolls, people that don't like what I do. And there's a guy out there that I don't want to give him any more platform space or whatever. It's like his life mission is just to trash me on YouTube. He makes videos about me and terrible videos, calls me terrible names and so. He hates resellers. I'm just come on the earth. Blah, 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 whatever. And he has like an army of cronies that are like, he tells them to jump, they say how high, you know? So like he shares my videos, he shares my store with them, and I legit had 3 trolls in the last 2 months that bought stuff from me. A, either canceled, or B, left me negative feedback before the item was even arrived. And these feedbacks are saying like, this buyer's a fraud. I mean, this seller is a fraud, don't trust him. And like, it's like terrible feedbacks. Or the items that still haven't arrived. And like, I'm not mad at that, you know, whatever. It's a free country, they wanna be pathetic and do that, do whatever you want. I'm mad at eBay for saying, you know what, like, there's nothing we can do to disprove this or whatever. So like that is their what's the word that I think you're telling me? That is their experience. They have the right to share their experience. And I'm like, they have the right to leave me feedback before the item even arrived. Thankfully, I got the first one they didn't want to take off, the one they canceled. I'm like, they canceled the order. They bought, never paid for it, left me negative, and you're gonna let the negative stay? Like, how idiotic is that? I'm sorry, I'm so angry about this. This has been on my soul for the last couple months. I had to call another agent that actually had a brain and took that one off. But the other ones that where they didn't cancel, they kept on. So like, ever since that, I have lost absolute faith in the eBay feedback system. It's such BS. If people can do that, then eBay can't protect the sellers. It's such a BS feedback system. So I don't give a crap at all about my feedback. I just don't. So all the guys that are out there that are hating on the feedback, I'm just saying I don't give a crap. It's just I've seen firsthand how terrible that system is. So it is what it is. Anyways, where was I with this? My eBay is slow. My eBay is gonna be slow because, like I said, I haven't listed anything since leaving for Finland. I'm not listing anything this whole week. I'm not gonna be home at all this whole week. I'm coming back Monday night, so I'm gonna probably start listing again on Tuesday, if I remember how. And then I'm home for about 2 weeks before I take off again on another trip to Philly for a family birthday party that we're having there. So it's been a crazy thing. It's Q4 starting, and I'm not prepared at all for Q4. Also, it's my first week where I'm gonna miss uploading stuff. I mean, it's just how it is. I prepped all the way for Finland, but I didn't prep for Cincinnati. And when I left for Finland, I didn't know this Disney World trip was gonna happen. So, but when the opportunity arose, is that the right word? I don't know. Arose, I couldn't say no to the Disney trip. So, because of that, I'm gonna try to put out at least one pre-recorded video on the main channel, but definitely want to have 2. I need to be in the hopper for it to happen. I definitely want to have 2. My vlogs are going to be probably delayed by a little bit, but it is what it is. You know, some sacrifice to be made for this to happen, but it needs to happen. So yeah, so we're going on Disney. We're going with some friends. You'll see later on who we go with, and that's like a big deal as well. So stick around. We should have a fun day.